So what I mean by that is surrender it to God, basically, whatever it is, whether it's an ouchie, an in the moment slap in your face, ouch, whether it's a rejection or it's a fear that's triggered by something, or something actually happens, or someone leaves you, or you get insulted, or whatever, an in the moment ouchie, like you didn't see it coming, like, oh shit, slap in the face. You can't avoid it. You can't strategically, like, or at least not as much. Some people are very good at it, but you not as much. It's in your face. Your body language shows it. You're exposed. You're triggered. You're in pain. It's uncomfortable. You have a perspective. You have a belief. You have a reason. Now, the reason this continues to go on and is harbored is because it's in our minds. We make it have something to do with an object or a person, which I include as object right now in this equation. Anything that kind of moves or is noticeable to you as a subject. Does that make sense? So if you look, okay, why am I holding on to this? Or why am I shying away from this? Or why am I unwilling? Or why am I afraid of the suffering? Or why am I holding on to it when I know I can let go of it? It's because you've made it object dependent in some way, situation dependent, person dependent, and so forth. Does it make sense? So there's some dependency, there's some line going out towards something you're projecting as an object that some of this has to do with. If you can scrap all that and throw it into the emptiness, the fire of surrendering it to God, suddenly the whole flavor of your suffering changes. Have you had this experience where it just burns off because you just surrender it and there's this big relief that comes in, almost bliss, even while you still hurt? It's like the bittersweet perfection starts to shine through, kind of thing, and a release. So it's like that, but it happens the moment you remember to give your suffering back to God, to donate it, to volunteer it back to God, to merge again with Source, and not make it about a thing or a person or a past or a future event or anything like that, or an object or a sports car or whatever, or the best cigar in the world. I mean, that one kind of makes sense. But if you notice you're holding on to yourself, Did someone say something?
No, sorry, no exceptions.
Well, yeah, almost no exception. Yeah, the cigar comes this one. But you give it to God. And when you give it to God, the whole flavor changes. You feel unconquerable. You still feel the pain, maybe, or at least trace effects of it. And it moves through, but you feel it's the alchemizing process right now. Instead of the same sort of rusty iron burning and burning and burning, it's like, okay, the burn is still there, but you can see how it's being turned to gold. It's like there's an alchemical process at work here. There's a divinity that's starting to be revealed that transmutes the whole experience. And suddenly you get insights of why you suffered, why you chose that, how it makes sense, and so forth, instead of opposing your own suffering and feeling bad about it and judging it and so forth. Make sense? Right. So a very simple step. You just have to remember, oh, fuck, I'm making it about a person. I'm making it about an object. I'm making it about a cigar. I'm making it about an event in time. I'm making it about how someone else sees me. All are objects. None of these things are God. Well, they all are God, but they're not God directly. You know what I mean? So change your relationship from objects to things, especially when you suffer. And you find your heart opens, your willingness increases, your mission readiness goes up, your self-judgment dissolves, the bliss returns. And you're dancing again. You're dancing in your own way. You're dancing. You're flowing.